Hi students, I'm Tanveer Malik, your physics teacher. Today we will start unit number 13. This unit is about optics. Optics is very vast field of physics in which we discuss properties of light, behavior of light, and all those instruments in which we use light. So when we talk about what is optics, we say that optics is that branch of physics in which we study behavior and properties of light, including its interaction with matter and construction of instruments. So we have to discuss in this branch reflection of light, refraction of light, how this reflection and refraction are used in different instruments. For example, when you are talking about microscope, telescope, these instruments use lenses, and in lenses, refraction occurs. So all properties of light are discussed in this field. So fields of optics are dispersion of light. When a ray of light passing from a prism, it's split up into its constituent colors, and these colors are 7. Then 7 colors band is formed when a white light passes through a prism. So prism is discussed in optics. This is the optical fibers. When a ray of light passing through optical fibers, then total internal reflection will occur. So optical fibers are also discussed in optics. This is the lens. When rays of light passing through a lens, all rays of light will converge to a single point. This converging of rays of light to a single point due to convex lens, or these rays of light diverge due to concave lens. This is the field of optics. This is the reflection of light. When ray of light passing from one medium and falls on the boundary of other medium, all rays of light will bounce back. This bouncing back of rays of light is called reflection of light. These are the glasses which we use in daily life. This is also discussed in optics. These are the contact lenses which we also use in optics, which we discuss in this unit. First of all, we will discuss reflection. Then we will discuss refraction of light, how rays of light are reflected and reflected. Then we will discuss total internal reflection. After total internal reflection, we will discuss lenses and dispersion of light. These main topics will be discussed in this unit. So we will move towards the first topic of this unit, and this topic is reflection of light. Reflection of light. Look at this image. This is an image of building, and its reflection is shown in clear water. How image of building is formed in water? We have to discuss in reflection. Rays of light are coming from the sun. When these rays of light falls on the building, then its image is formed in clear water. These are the rays of light coming from the sun. When these rays of light falls on the building, then its image is formed in clear water. This is the candle which is placed in front of a mirror, and its image is seen in the mirror. How this image is formed? We have to discuss this. So reflection of light is when light traveling in a certain medium falls on the surface of another medium, part of it's bounced back in the same medium. This bouncing back of ray of light in the same medium, that is called reflection. When a rays of light are coming from the air and they fall on the surface of the mirror, rays of light will bounce back. When rays of light are coming from the air and they fall on the surface of water, all these rays of light will bounce back. This bouncing back of rays of light from the boundary of other medium, this is called reflection. Remember this. In reflection, rays of light does not enter in the second medium. When these rays of light enter in a second medium, then it is called refraction, not reflection. Rays of light bounce back from the surface of the second medium. This is called reflection of light. This is the reflection of light. Rays of light are coming and these rays of light falls on a plane mirror. All rays of light will have bounce back. This bouncing back is called reflection. This is a single ray. This ray of light is coming and when this ray of light falls on the surface, it bounces back. This is called incident ray. This ray is coming. Coming ray is called incident ray. After striking with the boundary of the other medium, when they bounce back, bouncing back is called reflected ray. And the line which is drawn perpendicularly, that line is called normal. This ray is called normal. Since this ray is called, this line is drawn perpendicularly, so it is called normal. The incident ray makes certain angle with the normal. It is called angle of incidence. And the reflected ray also makes certain angle. This is called angle of reflection. So when ray of light falls on a surface, it obeys certain laws. Without these laws, rays of light will not bounce back. There are two laws of reflection. First law is incident ray, normal and reflected ray lie at a same point. Incident ray, normal and reflected ray at point of incidence lie in the same plane. All these rays of light will fall on the same plane. And second law is angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. When we measure these two angles, angle of incidence and reflection, whenever there occurs a reflection, these two angles must be equal. Whenever there occurs a reflection, it will obey these two laws. This is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, and this is the normal. The angle which is formed by the incident ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. The angle which is formed by the reflected ray with the normal is called angle of reflection. When we measure these two angles, these angles are equal. This is the law of reflection. First law of reflection is incident ray, reflected ray, and this line which is called normal all lie in the same plane. These are lying in the one plane. Second law is when we measure angle of incidence and when we measure angle of reflection, these two angles are always equal. Whenever there occur a reflection, every reflection will obey these two laws. Next we will discuss image formed by a plane mirror. When an object is placed in front of plane mirror, it forms its image. How this image is formed? This candle is placed in front of a mirror and mirror form image of this candle. How this image is formed, we will discuss. Look at this picture. A man is standing in front of a plane mirror. Carefully look. His right hand is appearing as a left hand. He is facing towards the left, but image is facing towards the right. This position is called laterally inverted image. When left hand appears as a right and right hand is appearing as left, facing towards the left, image is facing towards the right. This is called laterally inverted image. So plane mirror always form laterally inverted image. Image is at equal distance. Plane mirror always form image at equal distance. Distance of object and distance of image will be equal. This is the object, this is the plane mirror. When we measure its distance, when we measure the distance of object from the plane mirror, and when we measure the distance of image from the plane mirror, these two distances will be equal. Number one, plane mirror always form laterally inverted image. Number two, distance of image and distance of object will be equal. If I increase or decrease this distance, then these distances will be increased or decreased. Suppose I place this object at this point, then its image will form at this point. Their distance will be equal. When I lift this object away from the mirror at this point, then image will also shift away. But their distance from mirror will be equal. So plane mirror always form image at equal distance as that of object. Next, how image is formed? This is the object which is placed at F. Its image is formed at this point. Number one, their distance are equal. Distance of object and distance of image are equal. Now, question is how this image is formed. Rays of light are coming from the source, which is sun, which is tube light, which is bulb, which is any other source, which is emitting the rays of light. So, when rays of light falls on this object, there are millions of rays which are coming from the source. But I considered only 3 rays. Ray 1, 2, 3. These rays fall with the mirror and bounce back. This is the reflection. Second ray also falls with the mirror and bounce back. This is the reflection. Third ray also forms with the mirror and bounce back. When I extend these rays in backward direction, then when I extend these rays in backward direction, where these rays converge, the point where these rays meet, that is the image of the object. These rays meet at this point. So this is the image. When I measure the distance of image and distance of object, these are equal. So plane mirror always form image behind, and this image is called virtual image. Real and virtual image, these are different images. Real images that can be easily taken on the screen, but virtual image, all rays of light bounce back from this, but these rays appear to converge at a single point behind the mirror. Actually, these rays have been reflected from this surface, but these are appearing that these rays are coming from the behind. So this is called virtual image. So plane mirror always form virtual image. Next, properties of image by plane mirror. Characteristics of a plane mirror image. Number one, object size equal to image size. Number two, object distance equal to image distance. Number three, orientation is always upright. It is not inverted. If object is in this, then image will be in this. But it is facing towards the right, image is facing towards the left. It will not inverted. These both are in upright direction. Next, number four, it always form a virtual image. Virtual image mean that this image cannot be taken on screen. Virtual image mean image cannot be taken on screen. Image is reversed. That's mean left face is appearing as a right and right face is appearing as a left. These are the properties of the image formed by the plane mirror. Why ambulance is written backward? If you have seen ambulance, then on its front, it is written as ambulance, but it is written in this form. What is the reason? Reason is same. Since plane mirror always form laterally inverted image. A person who is sitting in his car and it is moving in front of the ambulance. So he will see the image of the words which are written on the front of the glass as correct position. So always written ambulance in this position. This is why the word on the front of ambulance is written backward. So it can be read when seen in rear view mirror. There are two types of reflection. Now one is called regular reflection and second is called irregular reflection. So these are the two types of reflection. It depends upon the situation where rays of light are falling. Suppose rays of light falls on a plane surface, then all rays of light will bounce back. This is called regular reflection or specular reflection. When rays of light falls on a rough surface, all rays of light will bounce back in different direction. This is called irregular or diffuse reflection. So regular reflection is when rays of light falls on smooth surface, all rays of light reflected back in one direction only. This is called regular reflection of light. Example of regular reflection of light. These are rays of light are falling on a plane mirror. All rays of light are bounced back in same direction. Second type is irregular reflection of light. When rays of light falls on a rough surface, then these rays of light will scattered in different direction. This is called irregular reflection of light. Or it is also called diffused reflection. These are the incident rays. When they fall on a rough surface, all rays of light will be reflected back in different directions. This is called diffuse reflection. This is diffuse or irregular reflection. There is no regular pattern in this reflection. Now we will practice for questions, examination style questions. Question number 1. At the angle shown in figure, no refracted ray emerged from block C. This is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray. Determine the angle of reflection at point C. You have to find the angle of reflection at point C. At this point, you have to find the angle of reflection. So what is the angle of reflection? The angle which the incident ray makes with the normal. So first of all, you have to draw the normal. Normal means a line which is at 90 degree. This is normal. Then you have to measure this angle, this one. So this will be your angle of reflection. This is your angle of incidence. Since this is incident ray, this is angle of reflection. And this will be your angle of reflection. So these are the two angles. In this question, incident ray and reflected rays are given. This is incident ray, this rays, and this ray is reflected ray. You have to measure angle of incidence and you have to measure angle of reflection. This is the angle of reflection. This one. This is angle of reflection. you have to use the protractor for measuring this angle. But first of all, you have to draw the normal, since angle of reflection always formed with normal. Next question is, the ray of blue light passes from air into a glass block. Figure shows the ray making an angle of 35 degrees with the side of the block. State the angle of incidence of ray of blue light. Now you have to again find the angle of incidence. So first of all, you must know what is the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is the angle which the incident ray forms with the normal. First of all, you have to draw the normal. You have to draw the reflected ray. So we can draw the normal at this point. The line which makes a 90-degree angle. This is normal, or it is also perpendicular. This is normal ray. So angle of incidence. State the angle of incidence of the blue light. Now you have to draw the angle of incidence. So this is your angle of incidence. This is normal. This is angle of incidence. You have to measure this angle. This is not angle of incidence. This is angle of incidence. Similarly, if they are asked to find the angle of reflection, then you have to draw the first reflected ray. This is your reflected ray. And this is your angle of reflection. So angle of reflection is the angle which the reflected ray makes with the normal. So in this question, they only asked find the angle of incidence. So there is no need for finding the angle of reflection. Just you have to draw the normal. Then you will measure the angle which the incident ray makes with the normal. Next is figure shows a ray of light incident on the surface of the glass block. Accurately draw the reflected ray. Now you have to draw only reflected ray, not angle of incidence, not angle of reflection. You just draw the reflected ray. So this is incident ray and this will be your reflected ray. This will. You have to draw the only reflected ray. And you have to mention the direction of this. This is the incident ray. You have to mention the arrow. So this is your reflected ray. So reflection has been completed. We have discussed about the types of reflection. We have discussed about the laws of reflection, and everything about reflection is completed. So next topic is refraction of light, and this reflection of light will be discussed in next class. Okay.